Hey, everybody. I am here with BTS alum Christian Terrell, and we love our alumni and we love catching up with them. And so, in this video, just wanted to introduce you to one of our great alums. And so, Christian, tell us a little bit about kind of what you're doing now out in the world.
So I used to joke every time I introduced myself in the class. It was always a class typically full of men who were excited about being a pastor of a new church. And I would just always kind of sheepishly say, well, I'm just a mom. And I am just a mom, but I do know that that is a calling of the Lord. And I have
Yes.
four children that keep me very busy. They are 10 and 7 and 5 and 11 months old, about to be one next week. And my husband, Nathan, we've been together about 16 years. So the five of them keep me very busy. And we
Yes.
homeschool and I run a business. I make wedding cakes for a living. And then also I'm very active in our church at Briarwood and with the women's
Yeah.
ministry and missions work.
That sounds like a whole lot more than just a mom. You have
It
some,
boils down to just a mom and title, but
yeah. Yeah. No, that sounds
a lot
great. And I
behind.
mean, yeah, and I mean, one thing that we love to hear from our alums, especially, is just them serving out in the local church. I mean, that's one of the main reasons why the seminary exists is we want to equip our alumni to go and serve the kingdom wherever God calls them, and we are so thankful for you and your time at BTS. And I'd love to hear a little bit about that. Like, what was your time like taking classes at BTS? What was helpful? Tell us a little bit about that.
So my time, I don't know if my start was unique of most students, but
Hmm.
we joined Briarwood a few years after we got married. We started attending there in 2009.
Hmm.
Um, and a few years later, we're interested in joining. And when we went through the membership process, they told us that there was a seminary. And even though we had been there at the church for years, I didn't even know that that existed.
Right.
And I had kind of been toying around with the idea of doing some master's level work. I had gotten a bachelor's degree in fine arts and was
Hmm.
interested in art therapy and had looked into some art therapy programs. There really weren't any in the South at that time. And the more I looked into the programs, the more I was convicted that if I didn't have a biblical base for counseling, that I wouldn't really be as effective as I wanted to be.
Sure.
So we got really excited when they introduced BTS to us during the membership class. I said, "Well, I'm going to look that up," and I did, and I ended up starting in 2013.
Yeah.
And I went hard and fast for 2 years and got about 75% of the way done. And then I had a little girl, and stupidly said, "Well, I'll just come back to school when things slow down."
Sure. Yeah.
And then
Right.
I had another kid and another kid, and another kid. Things don't slow down after you have a
Yep.
baby.
No, they do not.
Yeah, so I had some sweet friends encourage me to just go ahead and finish. And I did, and I'm so glad that I did because it really morphed into something that at first I was really excited about as a career and
Yeah.
became a journey with the Lord to understand Him in
Hmm.
ways that I didn't even know that I was missing out on.
Sure.
Um, this is a beautiful journey. I graduated in 2024 um, and would not change a thing about it.
Well, congratulations on finishing.
Thank you. It only took 10 years.
I know, but it's great. I know for me, I mean, I would echo the same sentiment having gone to seminary myself in the sense of you're going through the classes, but I don't think people really understand just how impactful it is on you spiritually. You know,
Yes.
as you're diving into just kind of the deep end of the pool theologically, you know, you're just learning about how to take these great truths and apply them to people's lives. But then along the way, you're just wrestling with it yourself. And so people, I don't think people really understand it's much more than just an academic pursuit. You actually experience pretty solid emotional and spiritual growth while you're in seminary, which is an amazing kind of byproduct of the entire process. So I'm glad to hear that that was a part of your journey as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I mean, you're, you know, obviously busy mom, run a business, have everything else going on, serving in the life of the local church. But my guess is probably if someone is out there watching this video right now, they might be in your same situation. And they might be feeling overwhelmed about the thought of seminary and can I actually do it? And can I fit it into my schedule? And it just feels like too much. Or they might be thinking, I'm really not that great of a student. I mean, that was me going in. Uh, but I mean, what words of encouragement would you offer to a prospective student, maybe someone in your own situation who might be considering, hey, I think I would love to learn a little bit more. I don't know if I can actually fit this in. How would you encourage them to look at BTS?
I would say two things mainly. Number one, BTS, they will bend over backwards to make sure that you can fit it into your life, whatever your life looks like. I went to classes in person, I did them online, I did the studies that are recorded. I mean, I did all of the different
Mm-hmm.
avenues of
Mm-hmm.
study, and they're just so kind to work with you and make sure that you get it done.
Yeah.
And they're for you, you know. But number two, I would just say we all have busy lives. We all have 100 things that we could put before seminary or the pursuit of any education.
Mm-hmm.
But what I would never ever give back is the time that I spent with the Lord, the time that
Mm.
I spent with those other believers, the encouragement. I lost a parent in seminary.
Mm-hmm.
We had 4 children. We had all sorts of life
Yeah.
happening, and I did that alongside people and alongside the preparation that the Lord had put in place. That you would never even know that you're gonna, like you said, those experiences are more than just taking a class.
Yes.
And I think that at the end of the day, the grades don't matter. You know, the work is the goal, and to
Mm-hmm.
learn more about the Lord and to grow your ability to be useful for His kingdom.
Yep.
But that work does not return void. I mean, God is so faithful that
Mm-hmm.
His word will never return void, and I absolutely feel that.
That's fantastic. I mean, I know for me, as I'm talking with prospective students, I think they have a perception of seminary that almost mirrors like a really cutthroat like law school.
Yes.
And you have to tell them, you're like, yes, it's going to be academically rigorous. You are taking master's level classes. You're going to have to do master's level work. But the environment is one that is very nurturing. It's very encouraging. Your professors want everybody to do well. Your fellow students want you to do well. Everybody wants to see you do well because we're all going to go graduate and basically serve the same king. And so I think a lot of people are terrified by the idea of seminary because they think that it's you got to come in there and prove yourself and find your way to the top and all that. And you have to look at them and go, it's not like that at all. It's
Right.
actually can be quite fun, and it can actually be like you make some of the best friends that you'll keep for the rest of your life. People that you're going to call when you have a question about things. I mean, I still even call my professors from time to time and be like, hey, I know that I should remember this, but I don't. Or,
Right.
hey, help me think through this. This is what I'm experiencing. And I just don't think people really fully grasp that seminary is just, it is academically rigorous, but the relationships that surround it are very nurturing and encouraging. And I think you spoke to that very well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, Christian, thank you so much for taking a few minutes to talk with us. It's just been a joy and a privilege, and so glad to see you just out there serving the Lord. And
Thank you
and
very
I know you have your hands full, and we just really really appreciate you, and we love our alums.
much.
And
Absolutely.
so, if you need a wedding cake in Birmingham, come talk to Christian.
That's right.
Thanks again.
Thank you.